Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. With that, let's head on up to Foxborough. Standing by with the call at Gillette Stadium, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
From the home of the reigning Super Bowl champs, we are inside a sold-out and absolutely rocking Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the New York Jets. Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. Charles, AFC East matchup, and if we look back, everybody knows this, but the last 16 years of the AFC East, 15 times it's been won by these Patriots.
The other three teams in the division, Jets, Buffalo, Miami, they kind of remind me of the old Brooklyn Dodgers. Remember their rally cry? Wait till next year, because that's what it's been like trying to chase down the Patriots. I don't think the Patriots are even vulnerable yet. If anyone wins this division other than the Pats, they're going to have to earn it.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the career passing leader at Washington State, standing 6'4". It's Luke Falk.
Let's go now. 70, Indy. He's coming. We got double up. Let's go.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. The offensive starters now for the Jets.
And our attention will be concentrated and centered on number 26, Le'Veon Bell. Remember, he sat out all of 2018, so it'll be interesting to see if he can shake off the rust and whether his fresh legs will carry him to new heights in New York.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Ready?
Now here's Falk. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. A quick look here at the Patriot defense.
You have to love Jamie Collins. You can use him just about anywhere on the defense. Inside linebacker, outside linebacker, defensive end. He might even play a little bit of safety if you give him the chance.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. It's Falk out of the gun. Open man is Anderson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Ready? Watch Mike. Coming. Let's go. 52.
Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Play action. It's Falk. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, here's Falk. And that will be incomplete. The safety, Patrick Chung, got a hand in, knocked it away. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Tom Brady in New England rolling out here on offense. Well, we say it every year. We give his age. Now he's 42. He turned that last month, and we say how he's still really good. Yeah, he's still really good. 341 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks in week 1 against Pittsburgh.
Let's just admire the dedication, the love of game, the discipline, to do the things that he does year in and year out, because most of us, if we have the kind of success that Tom Brady has had, we would have walked away a long time ago, or we would have cut corners in preparation, right? We would have said, I'm pretty good, we'll be okay. He trains every year like he's trying to make the team. It's phenomenal what he does. And I say we just sit back and admire it, unless, of course, you're an opponent of the New England Patriots.
And he eats like a rabbit. I would at least put a hot fudge sundae in there every now and then,
Yeah, you
right?
can't slide that in, because he will know the difference between that and his preferred avocado ice cream.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Brady now going to leave it with Michel on the draw. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he'll have his man, that's Edelman. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. Brady to his old reliable Edelman, and the Patriots have a 1st down. Now, how many times have we seen that 3rd down and Tom Brady turning to old reliable Julian Edelman? Of course, no Rob Gronkowski now. Edelman, the main holdover, the 33-year-old who was a Super Bowl MVP last season. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. Looking sideline, incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. On the crossing route, that's caught. Julian Edelman. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 43.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play that can just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
On 1st down, Brady. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Brady's throw there complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 25-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, he'll have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Shotgun now for Brady. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Josh Gordon there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Now Stephen Gostkowski on for the extra point. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a New England touchdown. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
58, boy, 58, 58. Now.
On the counter, here's Bell. And this Patriot defense up to the challenge once more as they again stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Earlier in this game, when the Patriots first take the field, we touched on their Week 1 win over Pittsburgh, 33-3. You know, a couple weeks ago, people were wondering how Josh Gordon would work into the offense. Well, now there's a whole new animal coming to town in Antonio Brown. But when he gets there, how does this factor in going forward?
It factors in the way Tom Brady decides to factor it in, because he's made hay with guys we will never be able to name again. And now he has these players who are extremely accomplished when they are on the field. Imagine Josh Gordon getting a full season. We haven't seen that in a long time from him. Demaryius Thomas still trying to show that he's got it. He's out there. Julian Edelman, we already know about Julian Edelman. And as you just mentioned, Antonio Brown, plus divide up the carries with Sony Michel, James White, and Rex Burkhead. They will get the ball when Tom Brady decides they get the ball. And that will work quite well for the New England Patriots.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Brady. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter, because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
On play action, now Brady. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Wait, that 380. What do you hit? Get ready, get ready, get ready. Shadow.
Brady now on 1st down. And Watson has it right side. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation. Let him sneak his way across. Coming back underneath. Put it in his hands. Let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route.
Wait, that 53. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Here we go.
Brady now on 1st down. And that is incomplete here. Well, Charles, as we peek back to week one, what would you say were the positives for some teams or individuals that you took away?
Well, it started on opening night, Green Bay, and their defense, not necessarily Aaron Rodgers and what they did going into Chicago and winning. Kansas City, they picked right up where they left off with Patrick Mahomes, explosive on offense. How about Baltimore and Lamar Jackson? He's not just a single-wing tailback, folks. He's a quarterback. And Tennessee, going into Cleveland, Marcus Mariota, Derrick Henry put up 43 points on the Browns.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down. From the gun, Brady. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 43. The former seventh-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. First down, here's White. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michelle. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now Brady. This is White on the screen. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. With James White, you know that he can catch the football. He was 3rd in the NFL amongst running backs last year with 87 catches. And as we've seen, sometimes they come in bunches. Super Bowl 51, he had 14 grabs, including the winning score. Last year in the divisional round versus the Chargers, 15 receptions for White. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared. Regular.
Brady going to throw. He's got Lacoste over the middle, and he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. That time a slant. Brady in general on those quick hitters, he just releases the ball so fast.
He does, and he's so accurate, but most of the time he wins before the ball's even snapped by his pre-snap read. Finds out where the defense is and delivers it to the proper place.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Gostkowski for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. As the Jets take the field here again, let's discuss Le'Veon Bell, because week 1, that was his first game since January 14th of 2017. That's over 600 days ago. 92 yards of total offense, did have a touchdown. Just kind of an okay debut for him.
Yeah, he said he didn't want to be eased back into action. He wanted to go ahead and take, hey, if you want me to touch it 50 times, not a problem. They may approach that number before the season is over, but in the first game, as you mentioned, 92 yards of total offense, a touchdown catch. And one of the things he did during that time he was inactive, he studied wide receivers in order to become a better, more productive receiver out of the backfield, even though he was pretty darn good at it when he left Pittsburgh. But the guy we really need to talk about is Jamison Crowder.
Yeah,
14 catches. The problem, though, just 99 yards generated with those 14 catches. The 14 catches, you should be well into the 100s.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
All day, every day, any day.
To throw, Falk. Out left to Anderson. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Break. Check, Mike 54. Mike 54. Come. Let go.
Falk now, a first down throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. It was the veteran Devin McCourty who got a hand in there to break that one up. The partner, I want to revisit week 1. I got your positive takeaways from the first week of the NFL season. How about the bad stuff?
Well, let's pump the brakes a little bit on the Super Bowl celebration in Cleveland.
Yeah.
They have to win some games first, and maybe now that's the best thing that could have happened to them. Maybe they can settle in because that's a good roster. Miami, we suspected it was going to be rough. I don't know that we suspected that bad on opening day. Jacksonville, the defense is supposed to carry this team. They got torched by Kansas City. And Pittsburgh just didn't show up against New England. And I don't think we expected that at all, because I thought Pittsburgh's defense was really good in the preseason.
The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Falk. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has certainly been one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference, as the teams have already come back out onto the field for the second half. So let's get you back out as well to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Brady gives to Michelle. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Well, there's no shortage of great young runners in the NFL, but don't forget about that guy, Sony Michel. First-round pick in 2018. Almost hit 1,000 yards as a rookie, 931 to be exact, to go along with 6 scores for the former Georgia Bulldog. From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Brown. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Brady. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Over the middle, Julian Edelman, it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Check it, reload.
Play action, now it's Brady. This is caught, and he'll be out of bounds. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing, he was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run. This is White. Resulted in losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. They come out here in the I. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Devlin will try to power it in, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now, 3rd and goal.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Brady now on 3rd and goal. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
Whenever you see a team deciding to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, as a defensive player, my mindset is we've got them now, and that's why they dialed up the blitz and got after them.
But occasionally, you want to pass it on 3rd and 1. I mean, not a lot for sure, but sometimes just to keep the defense guessing.
Oh, no doubt. You want to break tendencies as you go along with a game because you don't want them to just say, oh, 3rd and 1, we know exactly what they're going to do. But in this situation, as an offensive lineman, as a running back, I'd want to know why I didn't get the football.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. So far they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Down. 30 base. 54. Let's go. Let's go.
On 1st down, it's Falk. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Well, at some point during this broadcast, we had to bring up the Antonio Brown saga, and that moment is right now. I got to get your thoughts. I got to get you on the record. What do you think of all this?
Well, when you go back to Oakland and you know about my relationships with the head coach and the general manager there, but putting that aside, one, never would have made the deal for him. I just never saw him as a guy that was going to go from place to place and be the influence that you want in a locker room, and that proved to be true in Oakland. Now he gets a new start, kind of a fresh start, to put it mildly, in New England, and they seem to be all on board with that. But that has to be the one team that can take him, because they have a head coach there that if he doesn't do what the head coach wants, he actually will get rid of him. If he went to another team, they would try and continue to make it work, and that might grind down a team in a locker room, but that won't happen in New England. So if he's still there, that means it's working well. Otherwise, he'll be out of there fast. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
You got nothing today.
Hey, ball 66.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. To the right side, and he's got Edelman. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
You got him. You got him.
And finding Edelman underneath, that's a recipe for success.
Typical route for a good slot receiver, and Edelman's one of the best in the game. Knows how to go inside what one of my college coaches used to call the briar patch. Got to go in there where it's tough and make those tough catches. And not only can he do it, he can often run away from people after the catch.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Brady. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Patriots send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Go now. 18 Gator. Mike 58 right there. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. In trouble in the ball. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Ooh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Taken in at the 11. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Now Brady looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. And it's a fumble. The 30. And Gordon will work his way in for a Patriots touchdown. Josh Gordon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
I think the key to that play was them understanding and knowing that once the ball was out, they were still eligible to pick it up and carry it.
Yeah, there was some standing and some staring on the wrong side of the football there, wasn't there?
Yes, he has a name, he has a number, but for us, he's Johnny on the spot. And how about that rambling run all the way to the end zone with that alert play that he just made?
The point after try for Gostkowski. And that will bump the lead up to 26. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, A long touchdown pass into the end zone. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Now Falk. Throw left side complete. It's Griffin. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
52 is the mic right here.
From the gun on 3rd down. Falk, but he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Falk. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Throwing again. Falk. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 28.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Set. 60 outlaw. Here we go. Hey, we got tight left. Set, go.
Now Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run.
Ready?
They'll try again with Bell. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points.
That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that'll make this a 9. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is secured by the Patriots. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Wait, that round 80? Round 80? Man, that's trash. That's trash. Hey, hey!
Now a 1st down carry. It's Michelle. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a 1st down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 72.
On the ground is Michelle, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Wait, that 180.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
It's gonna be a long day.
So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes. and put this one in the left-hand column. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. On the ground, Michel. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. New York set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was running play, and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Falk looks to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bell. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Not today.
It's Falk out of the gun. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
58 for Mike, 58 for Mike.
Falk. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The Jets on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Play action. It's Falk. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
Down. 10-2 stop.
54 Mike. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Patriots winners here at home as we say so long from Foxborough.